Yeah. Come on, y'all. This for my people all in Philly, Chicago, New York, DC, Atlanta, LA, Detroit, Baltimore, Dallas.
Hello everyone, this is Lakia Stanton with Gospel Beat TV. We're here today with CEO of JUS10H, Justin Haynes, and he's here today. He's going to give us an opportunity to learn a little bit more about his business. We're going to talk and chat it up and hopefully, leave with a bunch of information that's going to be useful in terms of getting you guys access to his fashionable and his wonderful clothing. So without further ado, Justin, welcome and thank you so much for gracing us with this opportunity to talk about your company. So just give us a little bit of the background about who you are and how you got into fashion in the first place.
Well, me personally, I've been in fashion since I had to be like junior year in high school.
Okay.
Right off the bat, I started working right in retail. I actually started at the Gap. I knew right off the bat that that's what I wanted to do. Even in fashion design, just doing small things with some of my friends at school. That's where I kind of built it up from there. Moving forward, I worked my way right up the ladder at the Gap, which I was there for 13 years. And then from there, I went to, Brooks Brothers and then actually working for UK-based luxury stores, which I was actually regional manager. And from there, that kind of just steamed me to kind of go out and do my own thing. From knowing all the experiences from working in the district, having my own store, actually working in the region, it was just time for me to go out and kind of break into my own kind of brand. And with the help of my previous boss, things have been going pretty well.
Okay, so in terms of starting your own business, you said that you came from the Gap and a lot of other experiences that helped to sort of give you the foundation. Right. How did you go about starting your own business?
I just went out and just did it. Basically, just took the knowledge that I had and just went forth and just kind of worked my magic. Basically, it was either take a relocation and move or start my dream. And who doesn't want to start their dream? So I just had to went ahead and just took the initiative and started my dream. I wanted to create a brand that was going to be different amongst the rest from all those that I've worked for, especially all my experience in Gap being there the longest. I wanted to actually build a brand that was more customer friendly to actually the needs of the customer, not just the needs of my own personal brand. I wanted to actually give them a different experience of fashion outside of what they see on a normal basis.
Okay, and in your opinion, what is it that they see on a normal basis versus what you actually bring to the table?
Well, what they see is, basic denims, basic blues, navies, kind of getting solid patterns. A lot of the basics you see from your average Abercrombie, your American Eagle, your Gaps, your Lord & Taylors, your Macy's, and even from different other brands where they stay really consistent and they go strictly by seasonal colors. Where you see at JUS10H as we go, there is no really box that we kind of hold ourselves in. We think outside of the box. So basically, there are different patterns, different colors that we mix all the time. There's no right or wrong with us. We are a fashion brand that take risks, So we want to make sure that we want to instill that to the community and to the world that fashion is about all in what you make it. You have to make fashion, and that's why I'm trying to not be in the fashion world. I'm trying to make my own fashion world of a fashion world that you can actually take a risk and be okay. Like you can actually have your own style and be confident.
Got it. Okay, so I'm assuming purposely decided to stay in the Western Mass area versus going elsewhere. Why is that, and how has that been working out?
Purposely, I did decide to stay here, and I did that for a reason. So many people start businesses and they start brands and they start different avenues, and they go elsewhere to start them. And all you hear from Springfield and wherever locations that you did, that you were from, they went elsewhere to start it to make it big. I never wanted it to be said that Springfield, Western Mass, did not know or did not know of JUS10H. This is where I was growing up. I grew up right here in Springfield. Most of my training came from here, outside of the Connecticut area. So why not start where you were raised? And that's what I wanted to do. So even if when I do decide to go international or wherever I decide to go, they would never say that JUS10H and Justin Haynes did not start here in Springfield. I've given this area, and I'm giving this area a chance to actually join my fashion world. So it's up to them to do that. It has not been easy, and it's still not easy. Bringing fashion to a whole nother level, and just anything you do, whether it's fashion, music, or whatever, there's always going to be some kind of obstacles, and there's always going to be people who have their own opinions, but you have to move past that and be confident in what you're doing.
This is a lot of hard work,
Right.
and there's real opposition to anything new.
Exactly.
Any change or anything that's
Right.
that's different. It can be challenging for people to accept. So what are some of the obstacles you face, and how have you overcome them, if you've overcome them?
I think it's a day-to-day thing where you overcoming certain things. You get different challenges every single day. I believe one obstacle has been just to kind of getting everybody on board to something new. And if you've seen my fashion, you know that it's not the average that you'll see in the malls or at a Macy's or whatever. So that's been a huge obstacle, just trying to get everybody to jump on board in this particular area to support something new.
Okay.
You know, and that has been the basic obstacle. And I say to those who are still starting new brands and new avenues, in order for you to stay consistent and to gain the respect of your people, you have to maintain. You know, if you maintain and you say you're going to go regardless, I've done 3 runway shows already in this area, and that was with or without the support of Springfield. If it was from New York, I had most of my support was from other states, but I wanted Springfield to see that I'm still doing it regardless if I don't have the majority of the support from here. And that's what I want to encourage most people who are starting new brands in this area or outside of the area, wherever you don't feel you have the support. They need to see that you are consistent. If they see that you're consistent and you're going to move regardless, what can they say and what can they do?
Absolutely, and that's very important, and I'm glad that you said that. It is very encouraging to myself. You know, I'm a co-founder of a startup magazine.
Right.
It's with a gospel focus. It's something you haven't seen in this area, and we've decided just to plow forward, and we'll get the support when and from whom we get the support from.
Exactly.
So it's great to hear that perspective from somebody who's been there and is doing that. So just to switch gears a little bit, you talked about your runway shows, and you know, you actually have a couple events coming up this month. You know, would you mind just sharing with the public?
Sure. We actually have done 3. I've actually launched 3 collections. Actually, my first one was Brownstone. I actually did it in a huge snowstorm that we had in 2000. I think it was 2011.
Oh, yep.
When lights were out, it was in October, but I still went forth and did it. Still had 150 people there, which was great. My next collection was Color Block. We did that last April. This November, I just did my jazz collection, which was the Black Feather collection. This month, we are actually doing some Black History things. And one thing that it's a main focus for me is we're actually doing some work at the Dunbar Center, and that's actually helping some of the teens to kind of build some self-esteem and their confidence. One thing I have been challenged to do within this last couple of months was to actually build confidence levels and to actually build a better self-esteem, a better awareness basically to wellness part, and how modeling can kind of enhance both of those. And that's what we're doing. That's our biggest event, which will be on the Dunbar, which will be March 1st. And we're encouraging a lot of people to come out to that because we're actually bringing some of the young people in, and some who are not your average size 0s and size 6s. We're trying to let them know that they do have an opportunity to model. I mean, they as long as you have it within yourself, you can do it. And that's one main event that I want to speak upon. And we have some other shows in Connecticut, but that's the main thing I want to talk about.
And what's the date for that?
That's March 1st.
March 1st.
Yes,
okay.
It'll be held at the Dunbar Community Center.
Dunbar Community Center,
Yes.
March 1st. Okay, so we'll make sure that we're definitely there to support if you'll have us.
Sure.
And
I'd love to have you.
and if somebody is interested in finding out more information about you and about your company, where can they go?
They can go to Facebook. You can reach us at facebook.com/JUS10H.official page, or you can go to JUS10H.com. You can also Google us. Also, my Instagram is JUS10H is fashion, and so is my Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, one more thing. This is
Sure.
just for haha. So you mentioned that you're looking for you're not always looking for the typical size model. So if somebody is interested in modeling like myself, I like fashion. I like to look good and whatnot. So what's the process for auditioning or whatever your process for choosing your models?
What we do every Wednesday, I have model training, which I do a model training. This is what JUS10H specializes in. When I started my brand, I did not want to just have a clothing brand. I actually wanted to have a group of models that were my own. I didn't want to actually go to every show and then have to use their models. I wanted to actually bring my models with me. That's back to that consistent base. So what we do every Wednesday is we have modeling training. When I do any models that want to kind of jump on board and be a part of JUS10H, there is a auditioning process. Then we hold it at Springfield Sheridan.
Okay.
Monarch Hotel. We're there every Wednesday from 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
Yep, and then just shoot us an email at justinh@live.com, and one of my assistants will get back to you on that too as well. But we take all shapes, forms, sizes. If you have a passion for it and you have a willingness to do it, we're there to help you.
So Justin, we see that you're wearing some of your fashion. Would you mind describing what it is that you're wearing?
Well, this is one of the sport coats that I have on. Basically, it is a tweed wool blend. Basically, it's made, and what we do is we just try not to just send out our customers or anyone who wears Just10H with just a regular plain blazer. We like to add our signature to it. So what we do is we add a lot of scrapping to it. That kind of brings like a signature piece to it, so you always know who Just10H really is. So that be kind of who we are, along with the pants. They're khaki 12 pant. So these are kind of basic, but we like to bring a lot of our blazers in. Different things. We like to add some pizzazz to it, so that's where our signature is. So if you see someone else without it, in a different area, you would know that this is Just10H. This is not somewhere else. And then it's hard for fashion designers. So I don't know if you guys know that tags can easily be ripped out, and another designer can put on the runway. This is easy for us to do. There's no way you can take this off.
Without destroying
exactly
the garments.
So
now, do people have an opportunity to actually bring clothes that they want to just be pizzazz, or do you guys build everything from scratch?
We do everything from scratch. There are some people who would like us to kind of resurface. I will say that takes a little bit more time and more work to resurface something, but it can be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you would like the public to know that we haven't touched upon? Any other things that you want to make sure that we get across?
No, just know that Just10H is a brand that stands alone. It's different, and I do have realized that it's not for everyone, but for those who it is for, it has enhanced lives. And for those who are starting, remember to keep God first. He will be the one that will actually move you forward. He has moved me forward. Not just, that saying that your gift will make room, not just in church, but it will make room regardless of wherever you're doing. If you put him first, everything will go right in place.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank you, Justin, for taking time out to speak with us. This has been a pleasure, and this is not going to be the last time that we encounter Mr. Justin Haynes. You guys stay tuned. He's going to be at the cafe on February 16th, right over here at Tower Square. And before we go, I just want to once again thank you for coming and make sure that we stay updated. We're going to be following and tracking his progress and tracking his career and the development of the business. And we're expecting great things, and we know that God's going to do great things.
Same with you. Thank you.